Hello YouTube, Pirate Wizard Dragon here. I just went out for my semi-regular walk that I've been doing. Trying to get out at least a couple times a week and get some fresh air. I'm just struggling with this whole thing going on between the pandemic and the senseless murder of George Floyd, I think his name is, George Floyd. That happened in Missouri. I have been really, really struggling. This is one of my little hidden spots in Hays, Kansas that I come to. I walk down here and it's underneath this tunnel over by a college. There's all kinds of graffiti and somebody, I don't know who, but let's see it. Somebody's been doing satanic symbols on the floor. I don't know who would do such a thing. But actually it looks more like a wicked signal. I've been struggling. I haven't done much since the pandemic started in March. And I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. I've lost my desire to really do any tattooing, at least for a while. And I just had too much time to think. I feel, quite frankly, scared. Scared for the future of not only myself, but my fellow man, and not only my country, but the world, and everything. I mean, there's nothing for sure anymore. Not that there ever was. I think that was an illusion that we all kind of bought into collectively. The fact that there was ever a given or a certain thing that was going to transpire or happen in our lives is always a projection of hope or fear. And I have both simultaneously that hit me every day. This week it's Friday, March 29th, I believe. Yeah, March 29th. I've wept this week at least 3 times. Every time I watch the video of George getting killed with that horrible officer's knee on his neck, I wept. And I don't understand where we're at. I, like a lot of people, assumed we had moved beyond this incorrectly for various different reasons. I assumed that these things, I understood these things happened, but I guess it wasn't until, and I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling a bit. I just didn't ever think there'd be so blatantly an example of how far we have not transgressed, how far we have how far we have transgressed into a pit of just sadness, despair, and hate. I'm glad that the protesters did what they did. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I am so glad they took over that 3rd precinct, and I really doubt that they would have charged that officer today if it wasn't for what was going on the last few nights. They need to wake the fuck up. Sorry, but these police officers need to wake the fuck up. You cannot kill people in the streets and not expect a equal and opposite reaction from the will of the people. And as far as the president, don't get me started on that fucking asshat. For him to tweet what he did last night, I was up, I stayed up and watched the news, the live stuff going on. For him to tweet about, when there's looting, there will be shooting. such irresponsibility, such sad. It just makes me sad because November can't come fast enough as far as I'm concerned. And I sure hope that we can get there. That's my hope, is we can get there. We can get to November without too much more happening, because I thought last year was rough, and this year, oh my God, we're not even halfway through it, and I feel like just staying in bed half the time. I'm struggling with depression. I'm struggling with sadness. I'm struggling with fears. I'm very isolated. I have my wife and I have my cats. I'm grateful for that, and I'm blessed. I'm lucky that my wife has a job where she can remotely work and our bills are paid. I haven't been able to do my normal hustle because a good chunk of what I did, I traveled and did metaphysical shows. I traveled and did tarot readings at metaphysical shows, and I tattooed at different shops and at different people's houses, and I did toy shows, and all of those have been canceled this year, which is fine. I mean, I understand. I have made new friends through this, and I've lost friends. I have stories to tell about things involving magic that would be hard to tell until a little more time passes, because I'm still emotionally attached to some of the stuff that has happened. I get super prepared when I go out with multiple layers of protection and mask and stuff, just because I still worry about this coronavirus. To me, they've not told us much of exactly what they know, and it seems like every other week they come up with some new information that they didn't know or they didn't tell us before. And I don't know. I know I'm not alone in these feelings, and I wanted to reach out to YouTube, say hello. It's been a while. Today's a good day. I was able to do my morning rituals, and get out of the house and go for a walk. This walk I take it's a good walk. By the time I get home, I have almost 10,000 steps in, so it takes about 2 hours to complete a round trip. An hour to get here and an hour to get back. And there's a path that goes behind the college here in this town, and I figured out a way to travel this path without getting too close to too many other humans. I don't obey the 6-foot social distancing rule. I obey the 20-foot social distancing rule. I pretty much have stayed at least that far away from almost everybody in every situation, except for a couple extreme circumstances. I did end up in the emergency room about a month ago during this whole pandemic. That's another story. I'm going to try to get more disciplined with the whole YouTube thing. I'm just not good at it, to be honest with you. I don't have the desire to do it like I did years ago. And I don't know if anybody even cares, so I'm sure some people do, but I'd like to get to where I had 1,000 subscribers so I could go live. I just learned today I can't go live because I have a 397 or Nick 6 or whatever, 390 some subscribers. I was going to go live and do this off the cuff, but that's restricted until you have 1,000 subscribers, so which means I need to get like 1,020 so that if I lose a few, I can still go live. I'm getting back into the cult pretty heavily since the pandemic started. I've been studying tarot a lot more vigilantly, and I've been meeting with another Wiccan witch almost every week. It's more often every other week, but we get together and we discuss magical ideas and concepts, and we do readings for each other. And it's been really fun because I've known this person since 1995 and kind of lost track of them, and then reconnected with them about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I don't know, but it's been 25 years since I used to. We were both young people. I was 19, and I think they were about the same age, and I'm 44 now. So 25 years goes by before you know it. I'm just now starting to get a little white hair. Since this whole pandemic thing started, I decided to grow my hair out just because I want to see how white it is more than anything, and I don't know. I don't just want to grow it and see what I look like with hair again. But I'm struggling, you guys. I don't think I'm alone. I'm struggling with what am I supposed to do? What am I here for? I feel like I've always felt like everything that I've gone through, all the pain, all the struggle, all the sadness that I carry with me is for a reason. And part of what's been going on this year feels like it's activated that. Like I feel this compelling urge to connect with other lonely people and other people struggling. I just don't know how to facilitate that in a efficient and wise manner. Besides yapping on YouTube, which is what I'm doing right now. I have a couple of very close friends that have helped me throughout this because I have struggled harder with depression and sadness this year than probably since my early 20s. My early 20s, I was very, very much in and out of mental institutions for depression and suicidal behavior and just generally being a mess. And some days I'm lucky to have a small support group of a few people that do care about me, and it's a lot different. When I was younger, I didn't have that, so I'm struggling harder, but I have more of a ability to cope with it and get through it in a much more positive manner if I take the time to actually assess what I have and not get so down. But as you people know, I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's fucking hard. This is ridiculous, some of the stuff that's going on. It's so sad, and part of me feels like we've just begun this. It's gonna get sadder, it's gonna get harder. And I don't want it to crush me. I wrote a poem right before the pandemic hit because I don't know, I studied that cult, and I believe that in a lot of ways time is an illusion. I picked up this concept from Grant Morrison and Invisibles and Chaos Magic and such. And I felt like last year I was feeling the waves of this year coming back in time. Like, if you're empathetic and you're perceptive, you feel the residual effects of stuff before it even happens. And I really believe that's why I struggled so hard last year, because I knew inside I just could feel not only the other shoe was going to drop, the other whole bloody leg and attached torso was going to fall out of the sky. 9/11 was just a pinky toe, and I feel like a lot of people have just been waiting. And I've been horribly depressed and afraid ever since 2016 because of obvious reasons politically. And I don't know what to do with that. I have to admit I'm somewhat biased, and I struggle with that. And I'm still learning after 25 plus years of being an adult practicing the occult. I'm still initiating myself and reprogramming myself from the fucked up Christian satanic, because that's what it is. The extreme fundamentalist Christians are actually the most satanic fucking people of all, because they take children like I was, and they program you to fear and hate and be afraid. And that's not what it's meant to be. Anything. That's not what life's meant to be. We're not put here to hate. We're not put here to be afraid. We're not put here to consume. We're not put here to fucking work and die. Like, part of us is put here to work, but not in the way. I have so many people, and I struggle with the whole goddamn Facebook thing. I'm on Facebook, but there's just so many idiots on the internet that, they watch a few pandemic conspiracy theories and they think they're a rocket science combined with Jesus, And to me that stuff's scary, because I've studied all kinds of things and I still don't feel like I know shit. I really love to suggest Michael Moore movies to the people on the right because it just lights them up. They get so livid. I did that yesterday. I was bored and I got in an argument with the guy on Facebook about economical stuff and politics. You know, how could you say that somebody like Michael Moore is just a piece of shit? Like, maybe you don't agree with him politically, but you know how many times, I'm sure daily, he gets his life threatened for some of the stuff he's done. He's took on the NRA, he's took on the medical establishment, he's took on the bloody goddamn federal government. The dude's a brave hero in my book. And the other thing I find ironic is these people never actually watch any of his videos or his documentaries. Where to Invade Next, awesome documentary. And it's ironic because a lot of the things in the video talk about how these concepts that this country put forth, other countries adopted and now use, but we abandoned them. So if the people on the right actually listened to what he was saying, they would agree with him, but they don't have time for that. And it all seems like it's just about money for a lot of people, and money is, not gonna lie, money's important in our culture, but maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know if I don't have answers, and I guess that's the hardest thing of all now is I definitely am able to pick out the problems and see the problems, but I don't have answers, and I'd like to have more answers, and I cry out for them. I've been struggling on so many different levels too. Moving to Kansas from Colorado has been a lot harder. The biggest thing that's hard now is not even the isolation. I don't give a shit about going out and dealing with a lot of these people because it's seriously Trumpville here. There's a lot of Trumpers, just a lot of rednecks. Like, I have no desire to try to convince rednecks that, bullets, beef jerky, and, such are the most important things in life. So that's been hard, but the other thing that's been hard is I quit drinking last summer, so I'm almost on a year not drinking. And that's not been super hard. I got over that a lot easier than I thought I would. I only drank a couple times a month anyways, but I drank heavily when I drank, and it wasn't good for me. And it started affecting my diet. Last summer I kind of had a wake-up call on my health, and since then I've lost about 30 pounds, and I haven't had my cholesterol checked, but, you get old, things slow down, your metabolism doesn't work the way it used to, and you gotta start taking care of yourself better. Sorry. Strange noises. I think I'm gonna get out of here, whatever that is. Is it a duck? No. It's big, whatever it is. Sorry, I'm not much of a nature guy. I have no idea what that is. It's loud, whatever it was. Wow. Yeah, I'm down here by myself. It's pretty like isolated. There's a creek that runs by where I'm at. And honestly, I came down here last week and there was a pile of feces that was the size of a fucking, bigger than my fucking head. It was like 4 times the size of my head. And I thought to myself, what the hell is down here that's shitting out boulder-sized fucking shit things? So I'm always kind of trying to keep an eye out for animals and stuff, because I don't know what the hell that is, but it's loud. Okay, well, maybe I'll just walk back and talk. I'm kind of a little trepidatious of wildlife because I'm a city boy. It's like a boom, 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 boom. So, better safe than sorry. I'll just move along. take it as a sign. But yeah, I've been struggling. Wow. It's probably just a duck or something, and I'm being ridiculous. Can you hear it? If anybody knows what that is, let me know in the comments. Hopefully it's just some kind of water geese or... Sounds like there's multiples of them now. I just don't know anything. I barely know how to grow a garden. I've been working on that this year, trying to be a prepper and all that, and I'm not, but still trying. I still get wigged out if there's a giant bug in my bed. But anyways, I was gonna yammer on about one of the more difficult things living here in Kansas has been not smoking weed. I have quit smoking weed now for almost 2 months, and it's not like I smoked a lot of weed, but I miss it. Wow. Seems like they're all over they're probably just birds or something. I don't know what they are. It's pretty crazy though. Let me get geared up though. Let me get back to gearing up so I can get out of here. Get back on the beaten path. So, I think I'm just gonna call it a day. I'd like to get more subscribers. I don't know how to do that except to have better content, and so that's what I need to work on. Is having a little better content. I will work on that. I will try to be a little more consistent. I know I haven't been, and I need to. Kind of come here because it's out of the way and there's not very many people, but of course there's always people when you don't expect them. So, anyways, I hope everybody stays safe, and let me know if you have any suggestions. I feel like a lot of people are struggling. I know I already said that, and I would like to figure out a way to help people. I'm here for people. I have, like lots of people, lots of time on my hands. So, I guess this is where I'll just leave it for now. So this video doesn't go on too long. I'll try to do another video in the next couple weeks. What the heck is this? I found a toy. Hey, I found a troll on my trip. Very cool. I'm always looking for signs when I'm out and about. It's the rocker troll from Trolls 2. The beat goes on. She's the one that stole the strings from the other tribes. Some kid must have left it down here. Surprised I didn't see that on the way there. That's cool. I'll take that as a good sign. Lysol it when I get home. So, oh boy, of course there's somebody down here with dogs. I'm going to go this way and go up the path so that I don't avoid this guy with his dogs. I'm not a dog person. I'm just not. I have cats. And my zodiac sign is the dragon in Chinese astrology. And I love dogs if they're puppies and they're friendly. That guy had 2 giant Akitas, and my brother had Akitas, and they're not always friendly. They're loyal to one person usually. And I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to dogs, and I don't know. Whoa, there's another one. Okay, it's getting weird. It's 2. Look at 2 of these trolls I found on this trip. That's got to be a sign of something, right? Strange. I don't know. I guess that's what happens when you're a mystic after a while. You just look for signs everywhere. They look like McDonald's toys. Let's see what they say on them. Made in China. Crazy. 2 troll toys in one trip. It's a tongue twister. Well, I don't know what to say about that. I have to think about it. There's something there. Just not sure what it is. I guess that's what I was going to say, is that as a mystic, you're always looking for signs. Because if you don't look, you're not going to find them. And if anything, I think this year has helped develop more of my shamanic abilities, just because I've had time. That was the other tyrant I was going to go on. I just haven't had a chance. Just didn't get back to it. There's spider webs here. Let me cut through these spider webs real quick with my arm. Try not to get attacked by flying spiders. Oh boy. Old people on the path. Okay. This has been hard for a lot of people because of the fact that we've had to spend so much time with ourselves, to think, to be introspective, to sit with ourselves, both our light and shadow selves. In our culture, America's culture, that's not encouraged. We're encouraged to be distracted. We're encouraged to consume. We're encouraged to not think. We're encouraged to watch stories on Netflix that are other people's stories and not write our own. We're encouraged not to think about what we eat, just eat. There's so many things that this pandemic has forced people to address in themselves that I'm not surprised that 3 months later everybody's ready to get the hell out of their house and get back to quote-unquote normal, which was never normal. Anyways, I gotta dodge people here. It's hard on this path sometimes because people come whizzing by on a bike, so I don't want to breathe their spit even potentially. So I'm going to let you go, YouTube. I love you guys and gals. I don't even know you, but a few of you, like Annie, and I know I probably have a few subscribers that still talk to me, still are out there listening. I miss you. I'm getting older. I'm getting more boring. I'm still yearning to find the answers and the truth. I'm still seeking. I'm hoping. With that, I'll let you go.